Have you ever thought what happens if Kaiwachi went full Tearout mode like Odd Prophet? And it was done by a muscle boy that drank way too much pre-workout before he made the track. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys a flip I made of Kaiwachi's Buried Beneath You that has 3 different style drops. One is going to be a pure Tearout drop. The second one is going to be a hybrid of a Brostep Tearout. I'm going to call it Bro Out. And finally, the third drop is going to be House Tearout. So we're going to have some jumpy guns in the last one. And all of them sound like this. Alright, so that's what we made today. Some fun Tearout dubstep house stuff. So let's get into it. As always, we're going to start with the kick. We're just using one of my kicks for my pack. If you want to check it out, it's the Roy Bridge sample pack with a lot of parallel compression sent to it. Next we have our snare group. What's Wales one? Kaiwachi kind of does a metallic. So we had that, and then one of my claps together. We have, I think this is a Blaze Crash ivory hat, or ride, another ride. You can see they're panned left and right, so they're taking up their own spectrum. And there's just a couple double hits. That's really it for the drums altogether. So we're doing drop 1. Super simple drums. Next, we have the drop stuff. Sounds like this in the group. So before I get into the basses, I want to tell you that it's going to be mainly Serum and multipass, and a lot of these sounds came from Odd Prophet's Guns for the Unholy 4. It's his new, obviously, Tearout pack. It uses Serum as the main synth and multipass as a lot of the post-processing, which is really innovative and really cool because you're getting really cool sounds. And I've actually learned a lot about gun basses, just reverse engineering this stuff. So usually the pack is $35 or 35 euros or pounds. I think that's euros. Americans, I'm sorry. I know. No, pounds, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's 35 pounds, but you can get it for 25 pounds with my discount code. Wow, Americans are special. So anyways, let's get back to the track. I'll show you how cool this is anyways. I really enjoy this pack and design and the whole layout of it. So if you're in Serum, you'll go to wherever you install the presets and you'll see he has the main ones, right? So these are the main sounds, but he also has ones within it, the extras. So you can get extra stuff on top of it. Let's just try Frying Pan. I don't know which that one is, but if you also go to Multipass and you go to your ones you download, you'll also have Frying Pan. It's super simple. Everything's labeled together. So now if we play this together, super cool, right? Random XD. Going back in the 2000s with the XD over there. Let's do Random XD once again. We just switch it up here. Yo, Tobias, this one's sick as fuck. I don't think I saw this one when I was going through it. This is what? Is he playing with the random here? Dude, this is ill. Hold up. What do you do? Ah! So this is what I'm talking about with reverse engineering. I know we're kind of stepping away from the drop layout, but you can look, okay, everything above 250 hertz, he's using phase distortion, frequency shifting, convolver. It looks like the frequency shifter is being automated by this. Yes, we can see another convolver after, ensemble for voicing, and then after it's being distorted a lot. Nasco's OTT preset, beautiful. Slice EQ, it looks like this is maybe a mid side. I'm not sure what Slice EQ, but probably is. So it's cool because we can just like, I don't know how to turn this off, right? You get that honestly inspires me a lot to do this maybe with like Brostep basses as well, to like sound design. You can throw random in phase plant and do a lot of stuff, but regardless, this pack is just guns and they're awesome. So let me show you the actual preset that I used in this one. It's called Rave Stabby. Once again, paired up with Rave Stabby over here. And this is how we got the main. So I don't know if I changed anything in this or if I maybe just changed some LFOs, but for the most part, it's pretty much stock. After it, I made the low end a little higher. I pulled in a little width, made small room because small room on gun sets sounds great, and clipped it. So I really didn't do much of the sound. It was really just making it fit in the mix. I took Heartburn Man and made it a support. So together you have a little more tone. I have a Tracy Long Boy. Now that's just being squished to super mono here. Those three basses, besides response 1, which I just made Rave Stabby, I played with the actual thing. That's how I got all these fills. I slowed down the LFO, I believe. Honestly, these 4 patches together make the whole first 4 bar section. After that, I added a couple omnishots. That one didn't even happen, so this is irrelevant. And yeah, I just changed up the motif here. To play with space, I added a echo into this, so it just sounds a little more spacey on that 2 hit. It just adds a little more, in my opinion. Once again, we're having the same sustain here, being here. The second part, I pitched up this Rave Stabby. And I was having troubles with keeping a sub that So I just printed the one from this first part and put it in there, and then this also went up. Tracy gets pitched down. So we're adding a contrast of going up on our Tearout basses and down on our sustain. And that's really it for the first drop. I did throw the drop vocals in there and added reverb. So the second part of the track is just Kaiwachi's build and first downbeat, like subtle kick. From there, same exact kind of drop. We have no fast rides during the sustain part. And it's really cool because I did this with, once again, the shit wub of his pack, which, let me just find that real quick. So this is what we originally started with for the shit wub. So I took that, played with the patch, you know, if we take probably just the legato-ness, we're looking at that as the original. We go here, just changed like a little bit of the rate, a little bit of the filter, and created this. I added a higher stereo, which is not pitched up, but it's just high cut. And that's how we got this beefy sustain. And then going back into response of the first gun that I had. So it sounds like this. I also added in just some mainstream drop 2. It's just one of my sounds. And it just keeps going. So that supports the sustain. It's important to note these fills I'm keeping the same as Kaiwachi's. Because I wanted there to be some cohesion in case he wanted to play it out. Just the only thing I added to this one, I added this kind of scream. So pretty much what we're having is a short pattern of sustain, then Tearout basses, followed by a fill, and it just keeps repeating. And we have the response doing the first downbeat. And we're playing with that with the bin that I was telling you about from earlier. So the second half of the drop there, you can see it goes up. A lot of this is happening from somewhere. Here we go, shifter rec. There's a lot of shifting here. Without this, the guns would not be moving as much. You can just hear it. And that's how we're getting the pitch up in the second half. But that's why you also hear like the sustain on the Tearout moving up. So you'll hear it like pitching up here. So shifting is going crazy for this whole track. There's a lot of shifter happening, even in the house part, which we can now get into. I used variation of the first patch once again. As far as the drums go, I think it's just an ivory loop. Yes. I added a hi-hat, I added that, and I added a clap to the second part. Yeah, so simple pattern here. And the fake out, we just have the hats. So sounds like this. One thing I wanted to note is I took the BPM from the original 140 to 128 during the build, so it does slow down. The groove in the second half really helps, adding in the clap, because this kind of sounds almost like, it's not techno, but it has like a boom, 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 and the switch really gives it life here. First of all, there is a vocal rip up here. Just the best I could. It's masked pretty well in the drop, but that's just playing from the original track, and we're just kind of compensating. So our support, that pattern is just happening for the first half. The second half has the bringing back the sustain. We also have a fill 1 again, which we're using a little bit of a reverb throw right here. And then you have a response. So the second half goes this, sustain, response, fill, call, sustain, response, fill. And it kind of works with the vocal in this half. From there, I'm just going back to the main motif, and then it ends with like the beat thinning out, and it's hitting like 2 big fills here with a lot of echo and washout, which kind of makes it nice to go out to the outro. So I think pretty much everything for as far as basses go. If you guys want the pack, make sure to grab it. It's the first 25 people that will get that discount for 25 pounds, as we learned today. And you guys can grab that, support me, and let me know what you think of the pack, because it is a phenomenal pack. And I can't say enough about how much I'm learning from just Tearout basses from it. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.